Hello everyone, and welcome to my Coronation Street official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The greatest hope yet for Joel to be discovered out on Coronation Street. Joel's ex-fiancée, Dee Bailey, is still hopeful that she may bring down the evil solicitor who has tormented Lauren Bolton, despite his success in avoiding criminal prosecution thus far. The latest installment on Monday indicated that Joel's former employers at the Walcott's firm, where he was responsible for assisting young people in need, might hold the key to establishing Joel's guilt. Joel declared in the most recent episode that he will be suing Carla Connor for slander, carrying on his vendetta against the Weatherfield people. Daniel Osborne was contacted by social worker Nikki Wheatley, who in turn set up a meeting between Joel's former victim Ellie and and DS Lisa Swan. Ellie acknowledged at this meeting that she had been mistreated and coerced by Joel while he was her attorney, but she had fled rather than consenting to talk to the police. Ultimately, after seeing Lauren in the hospital, Ellie had second thoughts. Nikki persuaded Ellie to be clean, revealing that Joel had been discovered having sex with her at his law office. Joel was dismissed, and Ellie was forced to sign an NDA by Walcott's. When Dee finally acquired the incriminating evidence she needed, she revealed her knowledge of Joel's dismissal circumstances by making a call from Walcott's. She received word from Walcott's that its solicitors were now prepared to testify against Joel after she insisted the company assist her in exposing the truth. Dee predicted, "I really think we've got him," and DS Swain used this new evidence to persuade the CPS to reopen the criminal case. This marks Joel Deering's beginning of the end. Is the bad guy about to lose? Rape Crisis England and Wales, which aims to end all types of sexual violence and misconduct, offers more information if you've been impacted by the topics discussed in this story. You can reach them online or by phoning their National Rape Crisis Helpline at 0808-802-9999, 08088-010302 is the helpline number for Rape Crisis Scotland. As the end draws near, Coronation Street will premiere new Joel Deering mystery. Next week, Coronation Street villain Joel Deering exhibits more odd behavior as his retribution appears to be drawing nearer. This week, Dee Bailey and DS Swain encouraged Ellie, one of Joel's previous victims, to file a formal complaint against him, marking the beginning of the end for Joel. Joel's former employer, Walcott's, consented to take on the case against him after earlier aiding in the concealment of his misconduct. Joel's actions in the upcoming episodes will be unpredictable as he makes a number of unexpected choices. Joel declares his love for Dee first and walks up to her with their wedding rings. Joel says the rings serve as a constant reminder of what he has lost, and he looks distressed and desperate when he says this. His actions have horrified Dee, who is calling for her father Ed and Uncle Ronnie to intervene. But will they actually break the law? Later in the week, Lauren Bolton provides Dee with an update on Joel's whereabouts while continuing to surreptitiously track him using a tracking app. Joel has been spending a lot of time at an industrial park and a field, according to Lauren. Joel has also sent £5,000 to Lauren's bank account without providing any explanation, which has further complicated matters. Is there a trap here? By the end of the week, Joel goes to the cafe on a fresh mission after sitting by himself in his flat and writing a note. Clutching a liquor bottle, Joel enters the room clumsily and locks the door before approaching Roy Cropper. Roy, is he in danger? Joel approaches Roy. Dee informs Ed and Ronnie that she ought to have been married today. Joel opens a notepad and composes a letter while by himself in his apartment. Joel discovers Roy by himself, staggers into the cafe, obviously intoxicated, and locks the door behind him while holding a bottle of whiskey. Roy, is he in danger? Daniel comes up with an idea to create a crowdfunding campaign in order to raise the £25,000 needed for Bethany's medical bills after confiding in Daisy. When Sarah discovers Bethany in a bad state, gasping for air, things go worse for Bethany. Mason claims to have struck his head and shows up for work with a black eye. Will Stu and Yasmeen believe him? When Maria and Gary learn that Mason has reclaimed his position, they become enraged. Mason returns covertly to the shuttered eatery and unfolds his sleeping bag. Billy is also devastated to learn that Paul's funeral takes place on their first anniversary of marriage. Eventually, Hope isn't interested in listening as she snatches several vapes from the corner store after listening to Fizz and Tyrone lecture her on the negative effects of vaping. Hope knocks a few vapes off the shelf as she leaves the store. Audie's curiosity has been sparked by the vapes she's seen lying around. Has Hope been captured once more? Joel unveils his new scheme as Bethany battles for her life. According to previews for next week, the villain Joel Deering will announce his strange new plan, which will worry the locals. As her loved ones worry and become ill, Bethany Platt finds herself in a potentially fatal predicament. There will be further turmoil as Hope Stape's covert vaping habit is revealed in another scene. While Bethany is gone in Turkey working on an advertisement for a cosmetic surgery clinic, Carla Connor recommends that Daniel Osborne and Daisy Midgley might resume their romance. This is how the action gets started. Sarah Platt finds this thought unsettling, and she soon becomes more concerned when Daniel gets a call from a Turkish number telling him that Bethany is seriously ill and they must leave right away. The scenario gets worse when Sarah discovers that her passport has expired and that she is unable to leave Turkey until her £25,000 medical costs are paid due to Bethany's serious infection, which is affecting her travel insurance. Later in the week, Sarah is compelled to break some news that will change Bethany's life as she finally wakes up. Daniel tells Daisy that he intends to launch a crowdfunding campaign to raise money for Bethany's medical expenses in the interim. But as the week comes to an end, Bethany's health deteriorates and she finds it difficult to breathe. What has happened, and will Bethany be okay? In another scene on the cobblestones, the antagonist Joel draws attention with his behavior when he hands his former partner Dee Dee Bailey their wedding rings, declaring his unwavering love for her and claiming the rings represent everything he has lost. The gesture surprises Dee Dee, and her family intervenes to shield her. Later in the week, Lauren Bolton informs Dee Dee that Joel's worrying attitude has led her to track him using a tracker app. Lauren reveals that Joel has been spending a lot of time in an industrial park and a field, and in yet another bizarre turn of events, he has placed £5,000 into her account without giving any reason. Dee Dee had an emotional day at the conclusion of the week when she tells her family that it should have been her wedding day. Joel is writing a letter in his notebook when he is by himself in his flat. Later, when Joel discovers Roy Cropper by himself, he enters the cafe clumsily, clutching a bottle of whiskey, and appears to be drunk. Joel then closes the door behind him. What plans does Joel have for Roy, and is he in danger? Next week, Fizz and Tyrone Dobbs are taken aback when they learn of Hope Stape's covert vaping habit after Fizz's 40th birthday celebration. They had received a call from Hope's school. Later in the week, a feisty Hope steals some vapes from the corner store despite being warned about the risks associated with vaping. Her sly scheme, though, doesn't quite work out as she leaves the store unintentionally knocking some vapes off the shelf. When Audie Allahan notices the vapes on the floor, he becomes curious. Has Hope been caught again? And if so, what will her family's response be?